let's spend some time just looking at Elon Musk. We won't do anything else. Just spend a few minutes here going through his posts, see what he has to say. So this is today. So what are we? We're January 13th. All right, so this was 8 hours ago. The massive federal bureaucracy and unconstitutional fourth branch of government will do everything possible to thwart the will of the people. So here he's defending the will of the people. Sounds like God's will, right? All right, so this is based on this leading report breaking 80% of federal government managers who voted for Harris said that they will resist the efforts of the Trump administration, while just 1% said that they will somewhat support him, according to a Neapolitan Institute RMG research survey. So to Elon's point here is they will go out of their way to thwart the will of the people. Yeah, I mean, like that's a valid comment. Is there are clearly people who have an agenda, which it seems to be an agenda of evil, considering the effect that it's having. I mean, look at these fires in California, completely avoidable, prophesied by Trump that these were going to happen 3 months ago, and they just at every turn they want to thwart this incoming administration, which is the will of the people. I mean, overwhelmingly. Clearly, it's the will of the people because overwhelmingly we voted for the administration and to give him the authority he needs in order to start fixing things. So I can't wait to see what happens in 2025. All right, so next post here. So this is him just commenting, wow. Oh, this is new, 9 minutes ago. Walgreens will now close 12 more stores in San Francisco. How much more self-inflicted abuse will Californians absorb before they demand change?
No, we need this. This is the closest pharmacy.
Remember, it was only 2 months ago when a car rammed into the front entrance of this location. Construction crews at the time said it was an unsuccessful attempt at breaking into the ATM and part of a concerning trend in the Bay Area.
It's disheartening, to say the least. Yeah.
In a statement, Walgreens called the closures necessary and said increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures are weighing on our ability to cover the costs associated with rent, staffing, and supply needs. Although the company made no mention of crime or shoplifting as the reason, neighbors say they see it all the time.
I mean, I get it. I've seen horrible things happen in here.
You know, the thing about the Great Tribulation is how do you know if you're in it when you're going through these kind of things? I mean, we went through the pandemic. How bad were things there? I don't know where you live, but the cities closest to me were literally war zones. Literally war zones where people were setting up barricades, pulling people out of vehicles, extreme violence. Yeah, so it's no surprise that, you know, these companies are moving out of these areas where violence is not only allowed but encouraged. And it's encouraged because they literally make it free to steal anything below $1,000. I mean, that is literally incentivizing violence and theft. All right, Elon Musk. This is a new one too. They were rightfully skeptical 14 years ago. Here's Elon Musk in 2011 announcing he believes full and rapidly reusable rockets are achievable. Let's see this whole thing. This pivotal breakthrough that some company has to come up with to make life multiplanetary is a fully and rapidly reusable orbit class rocket. This is a very difficult thing to do because we live on a planet where that is just barely possible. If gravity were a little bit lower, it would be easy. If it was a little higher, it would be impossible. It's just a very tough engineering problem. I wasn't sure it could be solved for a while, but then relatively recently, in the last 12 months or so, I've come to the conclusion that it can be solved. SpaceX is going to try to do it. We could fail. I'm not saying we're certain of success, but we're going to try and do it. We have a design that on paper, doing the calculations, doing the simulations does work. We need to make sure that those simulations and reality agree, because generally when they don't, reality wins. Agreed. Even when it comes to the scripture, people have this fantasy that they've built up, this narrative that they built up, that when it comes, so much of the Bible is prophecy, right? So when it comes time for the prophecy to come to pass, people who have this fantasy about what they're expecting when reality doesn't match their fantasy, they say it's not happening. This is what causes people to miss prophecy being fulfilled. This is why they missed Yeshua coming the first time. You get these legalistic Pharisees who think they know everything and have a certain fantasy that they're expecting that do, for whatever reasons, they miss the actual reality. That exact same thing is happening. Is we are beyond a shadow of a doubt in the end times. I mean, it's just so blatantly obvious. You don't even need to see like the overwhelming amount of evidence to know that we are in the end times, right? Jerusalem is surrounded and under attack. The what is it? The Euphrates is drying up. The Revelation 12 sign. The seals are open. We're dealing with massive inflation. We're dealing with things we've never dealt with before. We're clearly in the end times. Anyway, we don't have to watch
the
this.
pivotal breakthrough that some company has to come up with.
Yeah, he just basically said what I just read. All right, what else? Here we go again. Oh, yeah, they're always snubbing him. Tesla snub for big rig charging funding again. The Biden administration has denied Tesla's $100 million request to fund a semi-truck charging corridor, marking the third rejection for the project. The funds were part of a $636 million package for EV infrastructure awarded to 49 participants, but Tesla didn't make the cut. This is so stupid on the Biden administration's front. Tesla is doing, not only do they have better technology, they're doing more than any of those other participants. Dubbed the project Tesseract. Ooh, I like that name. The plan aimed to build 9 stations across California, Arizona, and Texas, each with 750 kilowatt-hour chargers for Tesla semi-trucks. The snub raises questions about federal priorities for EV trucking. So here's the thing about these EV trucks. If you look into this at all, you'll probably hear some negative things about the pros and the cons of EV trucking. And this is something that's true with all engineering. You always have problems up front. Bugs come for free, right? There's always going to be a reason not to do something. However, the only way to actually solve those problems is to get forward momentum. So yes, there are issues with the Tesla semi-trucks. They're too heavy. The batteries, there's cost-effective issues here. Tesla has a proven history of solving those problems. So there's no excuse they could be making to snub Tesla, given the history of what they've accomplished. It's possible to drive coast to coast in an electric vehicle right now because of Tesla. Yep. Let's see. So this is good.
Same question is you said that they are killing the company, but you're the head of the company. The buck doesn't stop with you?
I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment. And I'm going to stick to that.
See, let me finish.
If that means making less money, so be it.
So that is not an evil man. That is not an evil statement. That is an admirable thing to do. Those of you who lived through the pandemic and saw what was happening with Twitter and saw the change, yeah, there's people. Here's the thing. People are telling me that Christians are getting banned. I don't see it. I'm a Christian. I'm speaking on X. I'm not getting banned. So I think people are lying about people being banned by Elon. Show me some evidence of that. My experience as a Christian posting on X, we streamed. Anytime we do live streams, we stream on X, and it's allowed. One of the triggers for why Elon bought X or Twitter was because they had banned the Babylon Bee, which is a Christian parody group who he happened to be rather fond of. And that was kind of the trigger point that caused him to finally pull the trigger and make the offer to actually buy Twitter. So I don't buy this thing that he's using X to persecute Christians. I think that's a lie. All right. Elon, we try to maximize. This is cute. This is funny. So this is in regards to the animals and how they treat them when they're doing experiments.
Yeah. I just do want to emphasize we do our absolute best to take care of the animals. When we had like a USDA inspector come through, she said that this was the nicest animal facility she's ever seen in her entire life.
I mean, they
So-
order breakfast on an app. Like
The monkey orders room service.
Yes, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, we have monkey room service, which is rare. In fact, we're the only ones who offer monkey room service. So we really do everything we can to maximize the welfare of the animals. Yeah, I just do want to emphasize we do our
Monkey room service. That's hilarious. All right, Adam Corolla. He's just going on a rant here about finally being able to speak freely again. He's looking forward to the incoming administration. Elon says he's right on target. I'm not going to play it because there's a lot of foul language. This one is cool. Just got done watching Mars slip behind the moon. This is a real-time view through my 12-inch telescope. So cool. The cool thing about Mars is when you look up in the sky, it's red. It's the red star. So if you're looking up in the sky and you see a red beacon of light, a red star, that's probably Mars. CNN talking about the weather, lying. Tucker Carlson. I've started listening to this. This is pretty good. This is, Tucker Carlson is interviewing this journalist who has been looking into the details of the cause of the fires in California. Very good interview, worth your time. I've made it probably 3/4 of the way through. There is no excuse for what happened for the massive loss of homes in California, the massive loss of buildings and the damage that was done. See, Elon's supporting this. He posted that. Slow strangulation by over-regulation. Yep, federal regulations cost Americans $1.9 trillion each year. If this regulatory cost was a country, it alone would be the 12th largest economy in the world. Yes. More Great Tribulation stuff. We don't need to read that. Well, that's pretty good, I think, for today. So we'll have another look a little bit later. We'll probably do another one of these videos for Donald Trump too. See what we can see he's been posting. All right. God bless you guys. Shalom, shalom.